Hey, MJ here with M4NT3LLH, the new men's health podcast. It's spelt M4N for men, T3LL because it's free to tell, free to talk, and H3ALTH because the three pillars of health are mental, physical and nutritional. Today I'm joined by my good buddy Dave Hamlet, veteran ex-royal engineer, serial entrepreneur, businessman, marketing expert, podcast host. If you can think it, he's probably done it. Dave has been up, he's been down, and he's got back up again, and he's made it all back, and he's now absolutely smashing business and taking other people's businesses forward for them. I'm going to have Dave talking about his life, his struggles, and how he does things today. Going to be asking him some interesting questions and hopefully get some good answers and good hints and tips. Hope you enjoy it. If you've got any suggestions or guests that you would like to see on the podcast, then let us know. Tell us a bit about yourself. What's your background? Just start from the beginning. How did you grow up? Where are you from?
So born and bred in Shrewsbury, up here in the Midlands, nearly Welsh, not quite. Thank God. Only joking. Mum brought me up pretty much on her own. 16, joined the military. Within 7 years, had a fairly successful career, I guess, after a challenging start, being small and ginger. I'd been to Ireland for 3 years, pretty much got all my events training tickets. It offered a real good chance to travel the world to a degree, I suppose, or try new things. Didn't really, as soon as I understood the concept of probably what the armed forces does and how the world works, kind of fell out of love with the idea of it a little bit. I don't really get it, I still don't. It's just got worse. That's declined in terms of my understanding and its position, but it's definitely made me the person I am. And then within 10 years of leaving at 25, I'd set myself 3 quite big goals. I've always been quite organised, probably that was accentuated by the military. I was commercial director of Monster Energy. I'd bootstrapped and founded a food delivery business.
Pause there. Monster Energy as in the big green M?
Yeah, the drinks company.
That's not to be understated because we know that the military pretty much runs on white monsters.
Yeah,
so
we do, yeah.
So that's not to be understated at this point. That's definitely a high five.
Yeah, thank you, mate. So I'd been, by that point, I'd been in the business for 5 years, but earlier to that, so my first role when I left the military was selling health and safety on a phone, doing telesales for British Safety Council. Did quite well at that. Then went on to work for Gatorade, field marketing agency. Then went into Brickvick as an account manager in FMCG, so fast-moving consumable goods, kind of the lateral progression that I was chasing. Mm-hmm. Quite easily, with one of the worst jobs I've had.
Stressful?
Fucking nothing's as stressful as being when we were in, but irritating was probably the way. Remember I had a one-to-one with my boss at the time and told him I wanted his job. In fact, I wanted the one above him. I think his words would take you like 10, 12 years. Fuck that. Which I pretty much shot out the water immediately.
Good.
So I ended up winning some awards. I got headhunted for Monster. Moved into Monster when Coca-Cola invested in the Monster business in 2016. They bought 2.2% of the business 16% of the business for 2.2 billion. So it was a big energy portfolio shift. So got drafted into channel manager out of home. Actually had the most patient boss in the world for 5 years. For my entire time there, I worked under him, but yeah, what a bloke. So he taught me pretty much everything I know. Met my mentor through all that process. Yeah. And then founded a food delivery business in secret during my last 3 years at Monster, so running 60 flights a year all around the world, I guess. It was just pretty cool. Here, there and everywhere. TT, F1, Abu Dhabi. But yeah, food delivery business Zoom, you can Google it, you can look it up. An old friend from school, he's definitely not a friend now. Guy's a fucking tit. Absolute tit. But we resumed 1 hour, urban delivery, a rural delivery model, food delivery, Just Eat and Deliveroo. we're fighting for all the city space. We live here in Shrewsbury. Quite hard to get a delivery of anything food orientated for delivery because he's on a bike. Mm-hmm. Come up with a hybrid model where with little mini cars. Leaned into the gig economy. We had 60 cars. Essentially, I come up with the idea to get convenience food delivery. So I walked into Co-op before they had any of the infrastructure or the team they've got now. So we had a visible partnership with the Co-op nationally. About 330 drivers, I think.
Wow.
Pre-raised valuation within 3 years of 9.3 million. We got cooked on that a little bit. It was more than that. Yeah. Should have been way more than that. And then I raised $1 million in 6 weeks. Got told it takes 6 months. It's quite happy. I think it's again from the military. You get told quite a bit from my entire career. You can't do something. I think it's just been fuel.
Yeah.
That said, within 10 weeks, I got voted out of my own business by the silly prick because he's greedy.
Oh,
Thought he could do it on his own.
So dangerous that, isn't it?
Well, long story short, I've been waiting for this point. We're like 3 years on because there was a bit of me thought I couldn't do it again. I'd stayed in the background because I had a job. In fact, I nearly lost my job at Monster for it. So yeah, it was a lot of commitment. But obviously, all people see, the little haters, little jealous people, is you hear what he said and stuff. So I've just waited 3 years. Well, I won Entrepreneur of the Year off the back of doing that endeavour. But I probably drunk myself into stupor for about 9 months, and then just thought, what am I doing? So I've started to pick myself up off the floor a little bit, and we're 3 years in. I own a group of businesses under D&G Group Holdings. So we've got a sales and marketing agency called D&G Consultants. We specialise in FMCG brands, scaling them.
Yep.
That said, anything outside of that, we can do business auditing. I've moved into the medical, longevity space a little bit. I've done quite a few consultancy work for businesses that were struggling. Next to it, we've got Greenbridge Distribution. So it's a third-party logistics operator. So it just means I can deliver all my own goods. That's growing quite nicely. We've got quite a big international customer base for that from Europe.
So did that come through necessity then? That was born of necessity to cut out the sort of middle person, sort of not paying other people to do it when you can pay yourself to do it?
Yeah, a bit of both. So the business owes me over 100 grand at the moment, which is mad. I just think I know how I've lived. But we've created something quite special. So you're in the building we're in. We've got a studio for those who can't see, and then the office sits out around this, and then outside we've got the warehouse. So I own a toilet roll business, supplement company, tit table, fashion brand you could call it. In fact, Tom, where is he?
I think he ran away.
He's run away.
Sterile,
we've got another brand which is a cleaning product. Then I've got some minority share in a botanicals business.
The cleaning products, the pens, isn't it?
Pens,
the stain remover. I do listen,
He comes back in, we'll show it you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was all born out of a necessity at the time of just, when anyone knows if they've got a business, it takes a few years to get going. So I'm always full of ideas. So we've got about 17 years of experience that's quite, hopefully from what you've heard, I'm not being a big head or anything, but seem to have done quite well at what I've put my mind to. But this last 3 years has just been frantically just I had a vision which we've now created, which at the time felt a million miles away, that no one else got, and other than the billionaire I'm in business with. Yeah. Ironic. The billionaire gets it, and he's been there and done it. And
he's a founder, right? So he's got that vision.
He's literally one of the richest people in the country, I believe.
Can you name him or not?
No.
Okay.
No. And then we've got people in and around me that probably claim benefits, trying to offer advice about probably watch one or two many Instagram reels maybe.
Yeah.
So everything here has been built out of a very clear vision with absolutely no idea how I was going to get there, and through a need at the time of thinking, certain things would take a while to make money, so I need to find something else to prop it up. At one point last year I was living in the warehouse. I'd rented my house out and stuff, so we were living in the camper. To your point, and obviously I think when we met, I wasn't in a good place again. Lost my stepfather had passed. Although we weren't close, my mum was in bits. Relationship where business fell apart, business partners to leave, one of my best mates, there's loads going on. But you look back, I didn't think I'd be here in 12 months.
In all honesty, when I met you, I couldn't have told you that any of that was going on in the background.
Really?
You obviously have a good poker face and you get stuff done, and that's probably the military in you, maybe, the stoicism sort of. But what would you say that, what parts of your military background helped you in that situation or in the journey?
Just not moaning, I suppose. You get... I just think there's something, or someone always worse off. Like, what was I really... If you look, I was living in my warehouse, which is probably fucking 100 times bigger than my own house, in a camper van that most people haven't got.
I want one, yeah.
So it wasn't ideal. It was I had to rent it out to some salubrious characters to just did what I needed to do. You know, too much of a long process to be able to go through vetting and all this stuff. So I just go with what I could to keep the lights on here and pay the bills. So was it ideal? Then the whole thing about losing my, just haven't really been home for 20 years. The relationship at home wasn't good. More or less just because just out of respect for my stepdad, I've tried to play stepdad. It's fucking hard. I don't want kids myself. I haven't got them. So I've been a bit more, well, I suppose the military helping me mature a little bit and not feel like poor me when I was fucking 16, and meeting people in the military who've had life a lot harder and were nowhere near as acting like a victim, I guess I probably was when I was younger. Oh, poor me. Did I fuck? There's loads of people harder. So, yeah, I guess it's that. It's just thinking that there's always someone off worse. There's someone in the world that's feeling as bad or doing worse, however you judge it, and then just thinking, well, what the fuck is it going to do? Like, I was definitely dying inside, drinking a lot in private, but publicly, I can't. The minute I start showing all that, what happens? The belief in all this disappears quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to be this entrepreneur of the year, businessman who's got all his shit dialed in.
And yet, my
life was falling apart.
Yeah, you're holding it together with sellotape.
Probably not even sellotape.
But that's, I'm a great believer in, and I've had a few trials in my life myself, and I've been homeless as a kid, and you know, all sorts. So I get that. But again, you know, you're living here in a camper van. There's a guy down the road living on a bit of cardboard. And there's another guy who doesn't even have cardboard, and he's in the doorway. And so as long as you keep that in mind, you can then... Perspective and gratitude are two things I practice. Yeah.
I think it's easy to go, oh, I feel this. Not saying you shouldn't feel, but I just go, fucking hell, turn that off a minute. Like, what's real? Like, did I want to be here 10 years ago? Yeah. Well, here you are, dickhead. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you've got it now. Run with it.
And then it's like, well, is it really as bad? And if you're as good as you think you are, can you do it again? Fucking right, I should be able to. But the little gremlin, I just have those conversations daily with myself. But I do find just going, right. And then you can also just stop and do something else, which I'm fucking, it's not built in me to do that. But
that's the military though, right? You come out the military, you're used to structure, and then all of a sudden...
No, I'm not used to that. I think that's a load of bollocks.
Really? I suppose, yeah.
Listen, I know it's a podcast. We'll have some debate.
Yeah.
All this, I've left the military, I'm struggling about
structure. I don't mean
it. No, but it
happens. I mean, like, routine, you know. I mean, the longer you spend in, the more routine you're used to.
That I won't dictate. It's only been 7 years, and there's a lot of people, but I just think, that's not going to lose me. And even if I had, mate, I just think, done a 22-year career and coming out and moaning that I haven't got routine. I find that highly mental.
I find that... not necessarily that, but my viewpoint is that in the military, believe it or not, I think you're kind of sheltered from the real world in many respects.
Listen, and I believe...
And it hits you in the face when you get out. Because
so let's not talk about being, my routine. Let's just talk about you're probably not as resilient as you thought you were.
Yeah, and reality bites, you know, because...
And that's something I wouldn't lean into, mate. We're supposed to be in the military. Like, I know people who talk about, like, wear it like a badge of honour. Great, I've been there, done it. I've got people who serve it. Let's not come out and pretend civvy street's hard, shall we? Because when we were in, I was with people who were talking about how civvies had it easy. I live with those two things personally.
Yeah.
And listen, like, if I've triggered you, it's probably more to do with you than me. It's not personal.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just how I perceive it.
Yeah, no, that's...
So I wasn't when I left.
Valid.
I'd only done 7 years anyway, so it was long enough to say, I've been conditioned. But I don't know. If you've been quite successful in the military, it shows you've got strength of character and... You just need to believe it's just a different way of like doing things, and I think people struggle more with an identity crisis, which I can get behind.
Yeah,
because I probably had an identity crisis with being an entrepreneur and feeling like a failure. So that I can really get behind. But then I thought, right, I can't let that show. Like I think feelings are great. Anxiety's great. It should be. It lets you know you're alive.
Yeah, pushes it to perform, right?
As long as we deal with it in the right way.
Yeah.
I probably didn't deal with it all the right way. I've used fucking booze quite a lot. But I'm not going to sit here and moan about it either.
Yeah.
I knew what I was doing.
And that's it. It's accepting, your flaws and accepting, not just accepting, but taking ownership of your actions, right?
Yeah, we can all stop. Everything that's happened to me is because I let it.
Yeah.
I fucking stand by that. It's taken years to get here.
So let me rewind right back to when you were a kid. What was your childhood like? How did you grow up?
And we had a house. I don't know really. It's weird. I've kind of
siblings.
Yeah, I've got a real sister. We don't get on.
Okay. Another thing we've got in common.
Yeah. Fucking hell. She's quite entitled, bless her.
Oh,
alcoholic. Yeah, I don't really remember. It's weird. So, my funeral last year was odd. I was sitting with my girlfriend at the time, and there's because I don't really talk about it. I don't really remember a great deal. But on purpose.
Yeah.
But not saying it was bad either. Like it wasn't. I don't think it was bad. Just didn't really. I don't think I enjoyed it a great deal.
Yeah.
And all these pictures coming up of me and my stepdad. I was like, fuck, I don't remember any of those. Weird. Probably just blocked out. Probably in your head you think your childhood's worse than it fucking actually was. It probably could be something. Didn't get a new bike every Christmas or something like that. So I don't know. I just know. Couldn't wait to leave. I've got my mum's beautiful. She's literally the most important thing.
I've met your mum. She's awesome.
Yeah, you met Jan, didn't you?
She's lovely.
She's quality.
And she's a veteran as well. Has to be mentioned.
Fucking hell.
She's a veteran, right? She is?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She was in the nursing corps for about a week and a half.
A week and a half? I was like, all right, okay. Well, still gets her badge.
She does, mate. She does. Yeah, look, I love her a bit. She did have a good chat.
She's a good egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, look, I'd strive, if anything, now to be like her. She's, I think we all perceive strength differently, and I've just kind of got strength for me is not physical anymore. I think it's more about like, how are you on your worst day with other people? I'm fucking terrible still. I'm trying to be better. People piss me off. There's everything in me that just wants to be quite vengeful. I don't think any of these are traits that I want to, that I perceive as are good. I'm open in saying they're in me, but I literally have arguments with myself all the time. I'm like, someone will annoy me and I'll be like, I can feel
my best mate's ginger, man, I get it.
Could be that, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, just a little bit mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just think being a good person, even especially in the way the world currently looks, I've probably been lucky. I've had a couple of key people around me that are quite patient. My old boss was one. Can probably bring this to life in the example analogy of this. So when I got to Monster Energy, significantly big job. Didn't really have an interview because I'd won some awards. Word of mouth had gone around. This is where I learned the industry. If you're fucking good at stuff, and you just applies, it's fuck degrees and all that stuff. I know there's a place for them, but I don't actually think there is. Personally, I'm just talking bollocks.
Yeah.
But he was patient. I used to do this quite a bit. He just start looking at me like, have you finished? And I'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, done it again. So, around, not sure how we got onto this, but I think being patient with people, giving people second chances, not too many, but being tolerant, I think, is what I try to do. I don't think it's innately in me, but I think it's that for me, strength of character is quite a lot. None of us are perfect.
Do you think you're getting better as you're getting older?
Don't know, you need
getting
to
more
ask.
Patient, Tom?
Where's Tom? Don't know, what would you perceive me as?
I think, I know that you're very big on getting to the effing point. Like,
I do that with you for your own benefit as well.
Yeah, and I know that because I know that I talk a lot. Hence why I'm trying to shut up now.
They need to zoom in on me now. No, you're doing well now, by the way.
Yeah, I do try. I'm also a trained listener, believe it or not, which is.
I don't think you're not. I think you generally overcompensate when I don't think you're quite comfy in what you're talking about. It's nothing to do with not being able to listen. You can listen. You're a great listener. You're good. That's why you're good at all the phlebotomy stuff, all the medical stuff. Yours is what I'm trying to be sharp with you, and I treadle over you on purpose, because hopefully, like, that smile I want now, because in business, to get where you want to go, you can't be like that. It's the only bit you need to change.
Yeah.
And in fact, not change, it's stuff you need to part.
Sharpen up.
It's like a toolkit, innit? Do the kind you, because I can't do that. Like when you're doing when we did the IV and the phlebotomy and the medical mess, what you need to be, right?
Yeah.
I'd be a fucking terrible nurse. Shut up.
I'm not going to disagree there.
Do you know what I mean? What? It doesn't hurt. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to make you bleed.
You know, it's funny. I was actually looking at LinkedIn very late last night because I couldn't get to sleep, and a lad I know called Ross Temple is a business coach. He's quite up there across the UK, and I've been on a couple of courses that he's been part of. Was like directing staff, advisor, you know, coaching. And he asked a question, and it was, how do you justify high ticket price for your service? And I had a bit of an epiphany, and I said, easy, competence, confidence, and then consistency. Do it over and over again and be known to be consistently competent and deadly competent. And then you can charge what you want, pretty much, because once people value what you bring, you know, within reason, you know, you can charge what you should be valued at, rather than, I'll do it for a tenner. You're not helping yourself, you know. I've got a great friend who's amazing at what he does. He does landscaping, he does brickwork, he does everything. He's like a joiner, he's up the roof fixing tiles. He never charges enough. He should be charging 25-30% more than he does. And his answer's always, I'm not in it to make money.
Yeah, but I think one question there is he happy? Does he need more if he's busy and he's enjoying it?
Definitely could do with more, but he's...
But does he want?
No.
Yeah, so he's fine leaving.
So he's happy, exactly. And and I've given up telling him to charge more. But yeah, definitely that. So let's go back to you are about to leave the military. What was your thought process? What was your plan?
I couldn't wait to fucking leave.
And you were just banging out. There was no plan. You just popped smoke and went.
No, there actually was a plan. So you're right. So I'd done quite well through my career. So you know, everyone that's been in, there's a bit of a pyramid in there, and you've got time slots. So I worked out in my head. I was probably about 18 months ahead of where I needed to be. But I'd done that many courses and stuff. I was just treading water, and I just thought. And the Middle East is on by this point. It wasn't when I started. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm glad I never went there. Like, it's just look at the carnage around. Like, it's what pissed me off when I first left as well. People used to treat you like you weren't going. I'm like, are you lot fucking mental? You have no idea the impact that place is going to have. And here we are 20 years down the line. Yeah. You know, I've got some very good close friends that are just still not quite themselves. So, yeah, it was just... kind of fell out of the love of the whole idea of it. It's going to sound quite arrogant. Knew I was probably meant for something a bit better, or I knew I could do. I think once I'd found myself and where it pushed me, because the amount of times I come to quit. I remember when my Carder was one. Fucking, we were doing.
What was your trade in engineers?
Plant operator mechanic.
Right. So you digger driver and all that, the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So for 17, in fact, I was at Hull in Leckensfield when 9/11 happened. I remember. On camp, 4 weeks, went from driving a car to fucking lorry.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's terrifying.
Back, you're like, who the fuck signed that?
If only the public knew.
First time I got in a loaded fucking class 1, mate, with full weight on, I nearly crushed a car. Because you're learning a flatbed with an empty trailer. Like, things like a little car and the fucking weight of 40 tonnage. You're like, oh shit, I've overcooked this. So, and then went to Northern Ireland for 3 years.
When was that?
2000 and... It was the end of the peace process. So I remember we did some demonstrations.
07? Was that 07, 08?
Yeah.
Because Hot Banner finished in 07, because I was there. I was literally out there.
06, 07, 08 maybe.
So we literally crossed paths. I've probably seen you up outside. I was doing all Finnegan's pissed. Yeah. When I've been there with my dog going, go to bed, for God's sake.
We did all the decommissioned hilltop sites.
Yeah.
Fucking nearly died diving off Raffling Island once. That was fucking crazy. We lost my mate Gibber as well. He got fucking picked up on some of the flats up by McGilligan and that. It was on the news, because he'd gone out in one of the... I can't remember what one of the tugboats was called, but he couldn't turn around.
Right.
And we ribbed it across. And it was like Sea State 10. It was nuts. I remember an RLR lifeboat went past and it disappeared under a fucking, like a wave. And I was like, oh, I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
Just fucking 18. I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
But Ginge Livingston was the pathfinder driving the fucking boat. He was like God. It's when he started panicking. I remember looking at him thinking, if he's fucking scared, I'm well scared now.
Some of that in the Indian Ocean on a rib, and the Royal Marine coxswain looked at me and went, sorry, lads. As the light is coming down, and I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
literally
So
walls
totally.
of water,
Yeah,
and the fucking
yeah.
boat couldn't get over the top. And I
Yeah.
remember just sitting there thinking, well, no one else has bothered you.
The sea is not kind, is
Is
it?
it? Fuck. It made me feel very, very small. So where were we? Yeah. What was it? I remember we talked about being an island.
Yeah.
The reason for leaving. I just guess I've always been. I've got obviously a little. Fuck. I hate not using this as any other sense than offering anyone that does watch this some context. But I've got ADHD apparently. I'm neurodivergent. Let's call it that. So
We're all on the spectrum, by the way. The
Yeah.
spectrum is a spectrum, and we're everywhere. Someone's somewhere on it. I don't like the whole thing of people saying, you know, when I've been on the ambulance, oh, I'm really sorry they've got ADHD, or I'm really sorry they're
Yeah, I mean, we're all on the
autistic.
lines.
No. Everyone's on the spectrum. That's why it's called a spectrum,
Yep.
right? You're either at 0 or you're at 100, or you're somewhere in the middle, and I'm definitely somewhere in the middle, because I'm not a 0 and I'm definitely not 100, but I'm definitely not. I'm somewhere, who knows? But we're all somewhere for
Yeah.
some reason. So you think that's where you get your creativity from?
fuck yeah, I'm really good at art.
Right.
I always knew as well as a young guy was it jack of all trades, master of none is still better than a master of one. People only hear the first art.
I like that. I've never heard that bit.
No one ever does.
Excellent.
So, because that's where it got cut off, and I always knew if I wanted a business, especially when I first got out, I thought, right, to run a business, I never need to know everything. I just need to know a bit about everything. So I always knew in the back of my mind I wanted to run my own company or stuff, because I never wanted to be fucking poor. But well, we didn't really have much. Do you know what I mean? Everybody went on holiday.
Yeah.
First plane we went on. I think most people did back then. Do you know what I mean? Treat was a fucking custard slice and a can of Tango on a Saturday. That I used to pull the top off and throw on the roof to make them fucking have a giggle with my sister before it fucking fall on the floor. Don't know why I told you that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have more, and then it quite quickly, once I'd left, I've still got a real clear objective of trying to retire my mum.
And that's a noble.
I was a day off
Endeavour.
doing it as well before I got voted. I was about to do it the day after.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was worth I was earning quite a bit of money years ago.
But looking at your social media, you look out for your mum.
Yeah, no, I always said as soon as a stepdad, unfortunately, I'd rather him be around for her, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he's not. So yeah, we spend loads of time together, but I just never was comfortable. It was like I think it's more of admiration, do you know what I mean? He was always good to her, he was amazing to her. They've been 40 years they've been together. So.
Wow.
But yeah, that was the idea, it still is now. Financial freedom's the thing that drives me, very clear about that. People used to see, I mean, I've just bought another fucking Ducati Panigale V4, so
Lovely.
the toys are coming back, but they all went at one point. But yeah, the motivation was something more than the military. It's got a ceiling, right? And you raise a good point. Let's take away someone got triggered before with a comment about leaving, but I didn't want to be institutionalised.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I could have staved being the institutionalised off and then fought it a little bit, but I didn't want to be in a place where that happens, because it's going to happen. And then I was at the Royal School of Military Engineering, and fucking you can't swear at recruits and stuff. What?
Yeah.
The fuck? When did that happen?
Yeah.
You go into fucking Afghanistan, you melt.
Yeah, they're going to get...
Do you mean you don't?
You're going to get
this-
people running at
told to
them,
fuck
trying
off?
to blow themselves up. Yeah, and you're not allowed to say boo or fuck.
I mean,
Outstanding.
I think some prick had come in. I think it was... he should have gone to Collie. I think he'd ripped the guy. He'd been coming pissed. His mates on the gate ID'd him. They're arguing over something. He's managed to get the gat off him. I should have gone to Collie.
Oh, no.
So he's on camp for like 10 days.
Yeah.
So at one point I've got him running around camp with a table above his head or something, and he starts fucking... This guy was about 6'6". If he'd have fucking gone for me, he'd have just smashed me up anyway. But
Yeah.
I was like, he ended up reporting me to the padre.
Oh.
It's like, what the fuck? You should have been in jail, you idiot. Like,
Yeah.
it's light work running around camp with a table above your head.
Yeah. Think yourself lucky.
Think yourself lucky.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there was just... there was elements of that. But a whole raft of things. But listen, I stand by the fact it definitely, and still to this day, fills me with a sense of pride do feel lucky that I got to be. So the end of that breed of people we're talking about, that you've done longer than me, a bit older, but those sort of blokes that I went to Ireland as one of the youngest at the time.
I was, yeah. I know
So I was
exactly
18.
what you mean.
And you get put around loads of full screws and stripies that are 15, 16, 17 years in. They're just different types of men, as long as they're not the fucking idiots that some of them were. But some of them got some really good morals and stuff, and probably that traditional
stand-up guys,
masculine trait still is with me, and I kind of try to protect it a little bit, I think.
Oh, that's good. No, I like that. And yeah, I actually messaged one of those gentlemen last night on LinkedIn because he popped up out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, Terry McCann, not spoke to you in years.
Yeah.
And I was like, straight on, bang. Hope. And then I thought, oh, is he still married? I don't know. Hope the family's good, because you don't want to mention names just in case, because you never know. But yeah, people like that, they make a real impact, don't they? And another one spoke to him just the other week, Jace McDonald. He was one of the screws on the shift. He was ninjutsu, he was close protection. He was a proper operator, and he'd been all over the place. But he was a genuinely good bloke. Yeah. And he still is to this day. Yeah. And when we spoke for the first time in probably 5 years, maybe longer, the other week, he was super genuinely happy to hear my voice, and vice versa, You
sure?
Yeah. and I got his wife's name right, and I remembered.
Yeah, you've got a good memory though. That's half it. I think that's why when you're talking on, I'm like, fucking, here we go. We're gonna hear.
So that's my detail. I can remember lots of details.
Oh yeah, there's this one time in 1456 in 1975. He was eating a beans on toast, and he changed it and put brown sauce in it.
I hate beans, and I don't like brown sauce.
No, but that's sort of level of detail you're going. Yeah. That's normally when I tell you to shut up.
Yeah, part of it's like the police training, but the other part is that's my superpower sort of thing. Well, I was a dog handler for most of my time.
But police.
But you also have to do an investigator course when you get promoted, whether you like it or not. And you can either be the dog handler that goes, do you know what I'm doing? Or you can be the dog handler that goes, I've not done that before, show me, and I'll give it my best whack. And I was that guy. And I did all right at it,
Yeah, good.
But, okay, so when you left, what was your very first solo business venture? What was your very first foray into being an entrepreneur?
Good question.
And you can't remember.
Oh, I can. Does that
He's like,
which one? Maybe we're talking the other day, it's about 25 I've done. Vanity Fitness, I'm sure it was.
And what was that? That sounds
interesting. So I was running PTs, qualified as a PT, and used to run boot camps. So it was when boot camps really just started.
Yeah.
But I had boots on, I used to put 95 kit on.
Okay.
So I'd put it on, mate, 50 people in the quarry, £5 a head for an hour, mate.
Ka-ching.
Till. But yeah, that would have been it. And I remember at the time thinking, I'm going to call it Vanity Fitness, not fucking Dave's PT.
Yeah.
In my head, I genuinely wanted to scale something. And then my career, and I run them side by side. So I worked every night for 5 years in the week. I'd finish my, especially when I was getting through my corporate career, I'd be travelling back from London. I'd get into London for leave 5 in the morning, get there for 9. Try and leave about 3:30, get back into the gym for 6, be getting changed out of my suit while I'm warming people up on the circuit, and I'd sit there and PT till 10, and I did that for 5 years. And then I was probably making about 35 grand a year from PTing, but as you can imagine, I had a really patient, my wife or fiance at the time, she was at Red Bull, she was like godsend, how patient she was, because I was never home. But I got myself into a little bit of debt leaving the military, trying to race motocross, thinking I was fucking any good, and I wasn't.
Evil can evil.
Do you know what I mean? Buy motorbikes and credit cards, what a tit. So I had that all to clear. So did that, and then it got to a point I'd always said, either I'll learn so much about the PT stuff and try and open a gym or my career. And when I got the call from Monster, I was like, well, this is the time. So I stopped the Vanity Fitness stuff then. But it was Vanity Fitness, it was PT-orientated business, personal training.
And did you pass that business on to anyone, or did you just collapse it down?
Just let it go, yeah. Easy one. That's when I started to become more of a proper entrepreneur, in that I wasn't too emotionally. I fucking say that, actually. It's not quite right. But that was an easy one to realise it'd run its course.
Yeah.
So I know I've got it in me, because the worst thing you do as an entrepreneur sometimes, you get so attached to an idea that you can't see the wood for the trees.
Yeah.
And realise that it's got no legs. That was quite clear. Bloody hard scale. You need a lot of capital.
Yeah.
Also, it's just as the qualifications started coming from being in person 6 weeks to fucking here's a course in 3.5 minutes online, which has not helped the fitness community,
No.
I don't think.
No.
So that was my first one, mate. Yeah, Pete, personal training business.
Yeah. And what would you say? What mistake that you've made in business has taught you the most?
All of them. Mistakes are the single biggest life lesson. I fail fast now. Like, I'm not scared of failing either.
That's it, right? You don't dwell, you learn, and you push through, right? Yeah, I'm finding that as well. I'm finding I'm a bit like Johnny Five now. I'm just like, don't know what that is, right? Must go find out, and then I'm,
I think don't overcomplicate it. It's not difficult. Business is not easy, not difficult.
If you make it that way, yeah.
If you overthink it, like I know one of my business partner's sons right now, he's killing it. He's gone out and built a gardening business.
Oh wow.
Just went, I don't know how to do it. He's there using fucking AI, and he's picking up phones. He's leaning into his dad's network. He's got some commercial contracts, like office spaces that need stuff clearing, car washing. You're like, that's literally entrepreneurial flair. Do you need something doing? Am I prepared to do it? Yeah. Am I put a price to it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just go and do it. That's
absolutely
pretty much where I start.
That's great. So what would you say would separate you from people who maybe quit or fail? What separates you?
Stupidity.
Too stupid to quit.
Blind faith. I could just be stupid. I was going to say I just don't quit, but it could mean I'm fucking stupid. I don't know. I won't quit. No.
Yeah.
Quitting's not in the. I'd fucking rather die than quit.
The work ethic. I mean, just that Vanity Fitness with the corporate job, with the travelling to London. Like, don't know many people that would have put up with that for that long.
I guess. What I did around my card. If we go back to that first experience on my card, I was like 17. No, I must have been 18. We're on McGilligan, the prisons, on the peninsula.
Yeah.
And have you seen G.I. Jane?
Yeah.
So, this is cheesy. I've made my mates watch this sometimes. We're pissed at my house, like the inspirational videos, right? Remember when they're in the water and they're doing the leg raises?
Yeah.
She's fucking...
Embrace the suck. Yeah.
So it's 5:30 in the morning, February, on the Carter. I'm fucking literally, we're week 2. I'd been smart, so I've watched it. I've got this massive suitcase by the size of the table on wheels. So I know if I can grab an extra 20 minutes every time they fucking rag you around to the next room change. So I was doing it. Instead of running over with loads of bags and fucking hanging coat hangers and shit everywhere and losing another hour to redo your locker, I'd be like, put it in this fucking rigid case, zip it on wheels straight down. And it was the only thing that was hanging me on was getting about an extra 20 minutes a day of sleep.
Really?
And then I started to really hit a wall. I was like, fuck. And we'd just done 9 miles. 6 of it was on the sand. It's freezing. It's February in the North Sea. And we've walked in, like, holding hands. And I was like, this is like G.I. Jane in my head. So I'm like, sat down. We spun us around. So I sit down. And I've started laughing. Nate's next to me going, Ginger, what are you on about? I was like, fucking DS walked past. What the fuck do you think's funny, Ginger? I'm like, nothing, stuff. He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, there's blokes literally needing tears, fucking in hell. And I was like, is anyone seen you in G.I. Jane? And a few of the boys that were the boys that did well, everyone just starts laughing to his back. He's like, what the fuck? It's funny.
Suddenly morale.
He's like, just tell him. I was like, have you seen G.I. Jane stuff? And he just winked at me.
And then that's where he got it from, right?
Literally at that minute. And I was thinking, because I used to watch it and think, yeah, that'd be me. And look, I was in the engineers. I was not in fucking SF. I didn't do any powers and marine shit. Wanted to. Glad I didn't get let in at that point because I'd have failed. I wouldn't have lasted. Later on in my career, I probably would have been somewhere near physically, but I'm not going to pretend. But at that moment, it's like realised. And there was a fucking guy on the course, because I was little as well. And he ended up quitting. Gone around the bell, he's out. And I remember just thinking, fuck, I was about to quit then. Because I thought I was the weakest person there. And just this element in my own head. And then I find that this instance about that film, and the boys are laughing, and like there was fucking blokes crying, like you've got fucking the thighs are chafed from all the sand they made you roll around in. I got flat feet, so my feet used to swell up. But you just think in that moment, I was like, I'm not a pussy.
Find the humour.
I'm not the smallest person. Just because you're the smallest doesn't mean I'm like not the best. I'm not the weakest here.
Second weakest.
I was the second weakest.
But that's fine. That's good enough, right? Because you're not going to bring out first.
171 of us started. 21 of us finished.
Wow, really?
So
that's horrific.
It's like,
and what was that for? Just a carder?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it 20 must be? Yeah, it was low. Mate, it was fucking loads of
That's
people.
crazy. People just
Really?
banging out left, right, Chelsea.
6 weeks, one guy broke his femur, got stood on when we were trying to get scoffed the one day.
And was that for Lansjack, was it?
Yeah.
That just seems like a bit too much brutality just for one banana. Like,
Not really. Well, it's not, is it? It's like, you just think 6 weeks. I mean, the milling was interesting.
yeah.
Did you do milling?
I've done it in other scenarios, like in.
We had a bird on
course.
Okada. She knocked the fuck out of this bloke as well.
She had nothing to lose, right?
I got sparked. I remember thinking,
Did you?
Oh, mate, because they put it on the video, don't they, at the end, and you pass out.
See your eyes going.
My mum was watching.
Oh no!
So in my head, mate, I thought, sound. I've never really had a fight at this point. I was fucking scared to fuck. So, and they give you a gum shield the night before, and you fucking obviously they pay. You don't realise, but you end up best mates with someone that's quite like you. I'm not lad. I was really best, like my best mate on the card ended up coming top, and he went 14 in. It's a machine.
Yeah.
So like you're doing your gum shield, I've never fucking done before. Boiling it in the sink and you bite on it, and I'm like, oh, I've got to hit my mate. I was like, obviously it's a stand-up fail: courage, discipline, controlled aggression, doing as you're told. So they put the 4 benches out, and obviously you sit there and hold your hands up, and the DS just go behind you, and they're like, 2 heavyweights knock fuck out of each other, like the 2 biggest lads. And then I think obviously I was the middle like height and that, and I'd watched a few, and you're like, I'm just gonna have to come out of it and just fucking, just bang him. Got 16-inch gloves on that are like fucking pillars. You know what I mean? They were well hard to box him. So I've literally just fought in the corner. I was like, go! Just fucking run over, fucking cracked him, and he's like put his head down, and I've gone like, oh. He's just fucking cracked me back.
Yeah,
in my head,
really.
mate, I thought I was literally like fucking Ricky, like fucking Rocky Balboa. Mate, I got sparked on the video on the pass out. I'm like, nah, that's fucking been edited. That wasn't me. I'm like fucking bammy, mate. My legs had gone. Like the DS is trying to fucking push me in. I kept trying to go, mate, but I ain't got a fucking clue where I was.
Head had gone, yeah.
Head had gone.
Wow. So you basically just wound him up by hitting him, and then you thought, right.
Well, yeah, anyone's going to get fucking wound up when you get cracked in the face.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but it was just weird. It was the first time, really, you just think these. So, but yeah, I mean, a couple of people failed there. People fucking ringing out every day.
That's crazy.
Remember, he made, was it James Livingston on the course? I'm sure it was. And because that suitcase, I had to get in it. Got zipped up in that suitcase that I mentioned.
You did?
Yeah, he was like, put him in the suitcase. Like, fuck, we're trying to get in it.
DS are horrible, aren't they? I mean, they come up with some random, bizarre
just
things.
It's fucking funny. Yeah, I'd hit a groove and you just think you can't break it. So I mean,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, tell me about marketing then. What would you say is the biggest things you've learned about marketing and branding?
feelings and emotions.
What you're trying to get at people.
All it is.
Hook.
Marketing
Hook.
for me personally.
Yeah.
It's just. Good question. So, feelings, emotions create fans, not consumers.
Okay.
That would be if I was to sum up what I've learned and what I perceive is at the core of it. And also think there's a big difference between marketing and branding.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Brand building's long term,
Yeah.
builds fans. Marketing's immediate. It'll create an elicit an emotion.
Right.
Loads of people are
hook,
going to
right.
argue with this, but just my own perception of how I've broken this down. Bear in mind, I've never done any qualifications.
Pretty straightforward, like, you know, one hooks and the other one keeps them, right?
I believe so. I prefer brand building.
Mm-hmm. That was my next question. Do you prefer building the
Trying.
actual brand?
Yeah,
Right.
it's hard. It takes a while. Not easy.
Yeah. That's probably going to be the more of the slog because, you know, you can... I mean, one of the things I can do is write a song in 20 minutes, but you ask me to put a tune to it, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Because I don't play guitar and I don't play piano. So, what we've got, harmonica, where you can't sing and play at the same time. It doesn't work. I've tried.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like that for me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will do a tune and then put words to it.
Yeah.
But I don't. I write my words first, which probably makes it harder. But yeah, I totally get you on that.
Yeah.
So if I give you $1,000 today, and I'm not going to because I'm poor, right? Currently, not for long, but yeah. If the MOD are watching, you owe me quite a lot of money. Any chance you could have it? Been waiting like 4 years. Anyway, if I give you £1,000 today to like build a brand, How would you go about it, and what do you think what sort of area would you focus on if you had £1,000? Just
a brand or business, you mean?
No, a brand, like something that's going to stick.
How long have I got? You mean just to have £1,000? What would I start doing to start?
Yeah.
First thing I'd do is just do sort of AI's mad. I create businesses like in instances now. So I'd take one of the many ideas. What would I do with it? It's a good question. Within an hour, I'd have some online presence. Social media would be locked in. Domain name would get bought out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this bearing in mind? So where am I? I've got nothing. So you're just starting to get
£1,000. That's it.
To access, you pay a little bit on the domain name, AI subscription.
Yeah.
Save a little bit for some meta ads. Buy a laptop. So these are probably not in the right order. So buy a laptop, subscription to AI, domain name to get a website running. Leave a portion, bar a phone sim. So phone sim, laptop, subscription to AI, domain name, a little bit for meta ads. Within a day, I'd have created a service because you wouldn't have enough to do a product.
Right.
That would then allow me to start generating some income.
So to do stuff for other people to build.
They would have to, yeah, because you wouldn't have enough. If you told me all I've got to £1,000. Phone, laptop, subscription to AI, domain name to get some physical presence, create some testimonials, and then build from there. I'd probably look to do what I've done now anyway. I don't think you need... So a few people in my business have got equity. So I've just created such a big vision that they then wanted to become part of the vision. Right. And they spend their time. So you could create an agency pretty quick. If you've got the gift of the gab and you create a big enough vision, and you could give someone, this is what I'm going to create, a bit like I've done with D&G.
Yeah.
Bring your expertise internally. I can sell the idea. I can sell the service. You get a stake of the bigger picture, but I can pay you what we yield from it. Sometimes you have to pay them all for a few jobs and then just agree a sliding scale. But I think it's never been easier to try and generate some income. I guess my problem lies in the fact it would be easy to do all the usual online sell a course, well, that's getting quite saturated and dead because of AI and all the very unrewarding stuff that you see people making a lot of money for, and it's like the gurus just regurgitating information and manipulating people. I think negatively is not what I'm into doing. I could have made a lot more money.
There's a lot of that online, isn't there?
I like to. Everything we do, I put my name to is I try to ensure. Like, it took me a while to do the consultancy piece because I just thought it's a bit fucking mad charging someone for my words. And it's something that most of the time the topics I really enjoy anyway and would bore people to death about.
Right.
So I remember the first time I got a consultancy gig and got paid 500 quid for a few hours. I was like, what the fuck? How did that just happen? Yeah. And it's probably took me until last year probably to get comfortable with it and realise actually not everyone knows all this. I've been quite gifted and lucky to be in the environments I've been in for 15 years and around the people I've been to literally spend day in, day out being conditioned in a positive manner. I mean,
I like that. Yeah, it's you went a slightly different way to how I thought you would do it, but
how do you think I was going to do it?
I actually, when I set the question of £1,000, I in my head assumed you would have the laptop and the phone already, but you've actually accounted for that, so that tells me that you literally would be capable of starting from zero. And
I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
In fact, I've started from minus a lot more than
do
zero.
You think that's made you better at what you do? The lessons you've learned?
I don't know. Tom's probably, I don't know. We're nearly on the I said to him the other day, until the other week, I still thought I was fucking no good at this anyway. I told him I thought if I'm this good, why is it taking this long? But it hasn't. Like I said, we sit with the accountant and reviewed what we've done in 3 years and created the D&G Holdings Group, and it owes me 103 grand. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
I've just been doing stuff, living very Frugally, is it?
It's exactly the word I was gonna say.
Only thing is, it's paid my mortgage.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much,
So
nothing
you've
else.
not really took a wedge. You've just kind of got on with it, and that's good though. Do you ever feel like
Fucking depressing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you ever feel like you throughout your journey, have you ever felt like you kind of get imposter syndrome?
Every day I have it.
What am I doing? How
Day.
am I even?
Every
what
day.
is this?
And it's made me probably less tolerant to listening to it in other people, because if we talk about the hustle brand, I've been blessed to I'm blessed to say that. They're a client of D&G.
Yeah.
Creatine Fused Protein Bar, founded by two exceptionally gifted young lads out of uni.
Good. They look good.
Leon especially has become like a little brother, but well backed.
Yeah.
I've been trying to give him counsel all the while fundamentally feeling like my entire fucking life is just fucking erupted. So it's very difficult then to offer, and he's seen a change in me in the last year, to give someone counsel when I'm literally probably a few steps behind the pace he's asking and managing to hold it together. That's one of the hardest things it's been doing. So it wasn't about I didn't know how to do it. It's just thinking, fucking hell, how can I give advice when I'm right in the middle of the thing that they're asking? And they
So
just
being
don't
asked
know.
to be like Gandalf, but feeling like Bilbo kind of thing.
Yeah, but I can't show them that I don't feel like fucking Gandalf.
But that's part of leadership, though, right?
Yeah.
And you have got that, because you've certainly helped me in a number of ways, and you continue to do so, and I'm very grateful, by the way. Have to say that on air, so it's been said. Thank you.
I know you are, mate. I know.
And we appreciate you as well, Tom. Obviously,
Tom's the fucking bit of breath fresh air. So those who won't know this, Tom behind the camera is 19 years old. I try to do a lot with the disadvantaged kids in schools. Not that he's a disadvantaged kid, by the way.
I was going to say that as an impressive
I know.
moustache for 19. He must
got
have
really
had
nice
some paper
family.
round.
He come through the T-Core programme, so I've had about 16, 17 T-Core students from the Shrewsbury College.
Okay.
Again, it's a mixed bag. One, a real intent to want to try and pass on some knowledge to younger people.
Yeah.
Especially because I know I don't look or appear or talk or come across like you'd probably expect a corporate bod to have done some of the things you'd maybe read on a CV I've done. Within 2 years, he's just fucking learnt and soaked it up and sat there. Has not been paid an awful lot, some months more than others, but now owns 20% of the whole business, or all of the businesses.
That's a beautiful thing, Tom. It's a beautiful thing.
And now, he's starting to grow a chest as well, because he trains every day with us as well. So there's
that's where the moustaches come from.
he's the hairiest. We have to put a picture up of him. The hairiest fucking 19-year-old I've ever seen.
Oh, brilliant! That's fantastic. So, what would you say? What traits make a really successful founder?
Define success. I'm not dodging these either. I was probably in a position. Yeah, no. Well, I've won X-Forces in Business Entrepreneur of the Year, so let me go back on that and answer it. So yeah, let me reset my mindset. What had driven me to gain that accolade despite feeling I didn't deserve it at the time? Resilience, blind faith.
Yep.
Probably you have to feel very comfortable in your own skin. The times, if I look back over the last 10 or 12 years when I've not felt comfortable in my own skin, the imposter syndrome's fucking overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I have developed a blueprint internally. Like I genuinely don't believe anything is impossible. And that comes from a principle behind it, I believe in, is if you give me all the time in the world and all the money in the world, I'd eventually figure it out.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything is impossible. That's how that's something that's ingrained in me. And I also think on the other side of anything that's fucking hard is so much growth. So the harder something is, the more I find, if I reflect on all the things in my career, and it started in the military, like That bag of clothes made my fucking arm numb when I was still on Shifnal train station waiting to go. Do you know what I mean?
But it made your life easier when you were there, right?
Look now and you just think, people talked about having a hard day at work.
Yeah.
I fucking haven't moved yet. I just sat on my ass because I've had 7 years of, fucking a Tuesday and a Thursday morning was a 7 mile before you got to work. And then we go out and do a fucking a 5 or a 10K at dinner time for the crack with a few of the lads. And I wouldn't be doing it now. Dinner time's long enough to do 110K.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? I think the essence of the point there is I've always looked after myself. I've always made sure I've had a good level of fitness. I think that just gives you bandwidth beyond most.
Yeah.
You need to be competitive. I think this woke-ass little left-ass world we live in is weak. It pisses me off. Going to trigger people that, I don't care.
It does take out a lot of the competition, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad.
It's a beautiful thing in some respects.
I mean, I wasn't even that clever. I was just willing to try more than most. I was like, thank fuck. The minute AI's come along, I'm like, shit, that's leveled the playing field.
Yeah.
Do you really think that?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't talented. I just work harder than everyone else. Hard work, outwork beats talent every fucking day of the week. And I've also developed something that people have misunderstood. So I put myself out on social media for one thing to hold myself accountable, and no one's ever really got that.
Right. I understand what you mean there.
So on the days that I'm home going, fuck, I can't be bothered, I'm like, you dickhead, you've said it. You've been bragging about it online.
Yeah. You got to deliver then, haven't you?
I have to. So people have misunderstood that for years and don't realise the power of it. Oh, he's just being a big head, he's telling about his life. Well, the premise of social media for me is to share your experiences with your loved ones. The fact you follow me is not my fucking fault, is it? But yeah, I do. I learned quite quickly, again, accountability. How can I make myself accountable on the days when no one's going to be there? Fucking hell, just gobbed off about it and told everyone.
So social media is like social proof, but social proof only comes from delivering. If you don't deliver, no social proof.
Yeah, I can't wait to not have to use social media as much as I do now.
Yeah.
Said that to quite a few of my friends.
Well, once a business is even bigger and you sell it for 100 million, you're not going to.
It's not be that. We would probably sell. It'd be because I'm keeping this for long term. I've already planned the next 10 years in my head. So it'll be an infrastructure where I can just work and be quite content with on the team. So Tom on the leadership team he creates will be where I spend my time.
Yeah.
Still probably be very visible publicly for the founder-led brands or businesses.
Yeah.
They cut through way quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, the CEO is when they're well known and they're a sort of expert in their space. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
and it sells and it's
as long as you've got equity, credibility of what you've done. I think there's loads of people trying to jump on a bit early. It's like, mate, well done for climbing your first hill.
Yeah, but look at the gradients. There's a few more over there. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you done 10 and did you fall down one?
Yeah.
I think that's probably where I think especially with AI. I mean, it's so powerful. I mean, I get quite excited about it, but I just think at the same time, there's opportunity in everything. The opportunity for human connection, I think, is going to become more valuable. And I already, despite using AI, can see things online. It just switches me off a minute. I realise it's quite a weird thing, isn't it, for someone when you realise, well, I use it.
Yeah.
And I know what it's doing, and I'm instantly or more affected by it, by what it is, not what it's telling me. It's mad.
I've noticed that about you is you'll use it to sort of sanity check, research and structure, but then you literally sanitize the AI from it before it goes live.
Yeah.
And you're pretty direct about that. You really don't like AI in terms of in the finished product.
I think it's going to dull our intelligence. Already going to do it. I think people just you create decks. I created this educational process, and people are like, oh, AI did it. You're like, well, a minute ago you said it was great. I ain't got 2 weeks to put the time into this. So it happens, subconscious to us all.
Yeah, it can definitely speed processes up, like really speed processes.
It's insane.
Yeah,
yeah.
It really is. Stephen on Diary of a
Bartlett.
CEO. Yeah, I didn't know how much stuff he was involved in, but my word, that is some CV and things he invested in early. You know, Huel obviously, and I've met the head
Sold
dietitian
to
at
dinner.
Huel, €1 billion. Like, wow! And he was in there early, you know, and SpaceX. He was in there early, you know, and all these really successful brands. Like, but there's literally there must be 25 or 30 brands there, and you're thinking, know that one, know that one, know that one. Oh, I subscribe to that. Oh,
It's one of them when you've got money, is it easy to make money?
but he's obviously got a nose for the right things. He must, or
You end up
he's
in-
got good people around him.
You end up
advising.
being put in rooms. This is the thing. Like, I've just got back into the industry.
Yeah.
Like, I've just had 2 phone calls over the weekend.
Yeah,
The call I've got on Fridays,
yeah,
like, you know, my business partner introduced me to a billionaire. I went to the billionaire to talk about some investment in toilet roll, and then 9-10 months later, he's now a good friend of mine. He wants me to run one of his businesses, and I'm his business partner.
it's like
Does that mean I know what I'm doing? Fuck, I just end up in the right room at the right time.
relationship though, right?
And the only thing he really
Relationship,
likes about me, he said this, he always asks about the group. And I told him, I said once I'd moved out of the van, I didn't want to tell him at the time. And he was like, he said, that's the only reason I wanted to work with you, Dave. He said, you're a traditionally orientated entrepreneur. And he's 70 odd years old.
yeah,
He said, it's a lost art. And you're like sitting there going, fucking hell. My ability to endure is something that's seen.
embrace the suck, right? Yeah, and find as you said earlier, find humour in the
Dark
the
humour's
pain
the best.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's always in the military, isn't it? And emergency services as well. Yeah, definitely. What would you say? I mean, you mentioned about physical fitness is a massive part of your sort of arsenal to be able to endure and to keep moving and keep pushing. What other things would you say that are important to someone that's engaged in that sort of process?
You need the exercise is the one because it keeps me durable.
Yeah,
There's nothing worse than trying to do something when you're tired. Like that's you fucking causing yourself a problem to start with anyway. So that's where that comes from. Secondly, I've got lucky to have a handful of friends where I vent. I've learned it as a tool. Comedians use it for humour, so we all miss this.
Yeah.
But I've realised if it sits in my head for too long, fucking hell, it manifests itself in a really bad way
yeah.
or an unhealthy manner.
Tourette's, like
Yeah,
kind
do you know what I
of.
mean? So I just love a good rant and event and a rant and stuff. So, and also just being able to, some idea, we talk about this hopefully people watching it, sitting in the mud with someone. Half the time I don't need advice anymore. I know what I should be doing, I shouldn't be doing, I know what it is. Sometimes we just do shit because it's fine and I don't want to live my life fucking completely pinpoint organised all the time. Sometimes I do want to just do something impulsively.
Yeah.
So I guess the whole having a network where I can vent, rant, people sit in the mud with me and see me is the important thing. Like I suppose if we talk about entrepreneurship, the path's not linear.
No.
It's a fucking mess.
Yeah, I said something the other day. I was talking to a couple of guys that I'm doing some work with just now, touring in America. One's a very old friend of mine from the military who I trust with my life. You know, we've did Cyprus together, Falklands together, and we've trained together every day. You know, and I made this little meme, and it said, "My brain is not a set of train tracks. It's more like the yellow brick road, but I will eventually get us to the Emerald City somehow." With the occasional, you know, flying monkey or random honey badger thrown in along the way, because that's just how it is, you know.
Yeah.
You can draw a straight line. In my head, I draw a straight line from here to the solution, but it's never a straight line. It's always
So I always look at the solution. So everything we do is where do we want to be? Money, no object. Time, no object. Where do you want to be? And then you just overlay the realistic nature of where you are. What resource, what time, what technology exists, what are the things that would slow it down, and then come backwards. And then once you're in a reasonable place of where you can get to, every day towards that's just like, right, what is the most logical thing by today and tomorrow I can do to get a step closer? That's all I look at this.
like the horse in the forest. I can't see a way through.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Can you see your next step?
Is it that way? I've just got to go that way.
Yeah.
And if we go that way and realise there's something there, you're like, fuck it. Well, if I hadn't moved and we just sit there, you don't even know where you're going. So I just go, shit, left. sometimes moving sideways is as useful as moving forward. So,
Chess,
Yeah.
definitely. How important would you say your health is to overall success? Not just fitness, but health.
like primary.
And has that become more apparent to you as you've moved into?
Yeah, massively. So when I was really, really like in a shitty place last year, I'd wear the Whoop band. VO2 dropped. HRV was fucking hammered because I was getting ill. Just my whole level of fitness declined. And fuck me, didn't it make just a day. I was starting to get like that 3 o'clock. What? Never again.
Yeah.
I just think it's bad, man. Like, it's just not. So yeah, I looked at my metabolic health, lose GLPs. Again, just like I spend as much time trying to keep this and my body in good shape, just so I can do the thing I love, which is this, and it work. Me and him don't stop. Neither of us like to get Neither of us like to get out of bed before 9.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But he still texted me at 11:30 last night,
And
and I'm always on the phone to you every night. So
yeah, exactly.
And to do that, you go, especially mentally. I think some days it's more mentally draining. It's harder than physical.
Definitely.
Got 3 minutes.
The Lifelines. Tell me about Lifelines. What inspired it?
So when I left Monster, I wanted to bring about a healthy alternative. Electrolytes, I knew were going to boom, and fuck me, did they? So I was one of the first to start the sachets, single serve sachets. It was with this. We're just about to relaunch it.
I love them.
Yeah, but
Genuinely, Hydro OG. Oh, it tastes. I don't know what. I can't even put my finger on the taste, but there's something about it that's it's kind of strange but moreish, and I don't.
Well, this flavour's gone, and we've got a new brand, so it'll be called Hydration Plus.
Yeah.
Whereas everything's just got electrolytes, this has got adaptogens and vitamins and minerals. So it helps with stress reduction, helps the immune system support. And
Definitely helped me. Yeah.
So from a daily perspective, cognitive support, stress reduction, electrolytes for hydration, and then vitamin and minerals for just general health. No one else is really doing it.
Yeah.
So that'll be redone.
Yeah.
So I work with the Diabetes Safety Organisation, you probably see from that. I want to do something a lot bigger. 700 people diagnosed with diabetes a day, 190 amputations a week, 500 heart attacks a week. We should be talking about heart attacks in terms of the relationship to being diabetic and not just unwell.
My older brother was type 1 and he died at 39 because he didn't manage his condition.
Yeah, I mean, type 1 for me is like fair play. It's obviously genetic. You can't help it.
From his dad's side,
and this is where this comes into this. A low glycemic index carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Doesn't rot your teeth, so it's going to be good for kids. Got electrolytes, coconut water, Senactive to help with the autophagy process. But diabetics, because it doesn't sponsor or spike insulin response, it's a very healthier or very good choice for a carbohydrate source in light of where we are with diabetes globally.
And just explain autophagy for those that don't know.
Autophagy. So imagine your cells are in like a bowl of apples. They fundamentally reproduce, or not reproduce, they refresh, if you like. I think I'll do the word, but at a cellular level, they come and go. We make new cells. So imagine autophagy process, your sedentary shit diet, you're in a bowl of apples in a bowl that doesn't move, and one apple starts going rotten, it rots through. Yeah. So, help.
It's almost like it recycles it, doesn't it? It breaks them down, gets rid of the...
Crude analogy of that. So the autophagy process, I believe, is the ongoing removal of non-sentient cells, so dead cells. Yeah. I believe.
And then they recycle the waste product, don't they?
And Senactive is a good ingredient that helps with that. So again...
NAD Plus is vaguely related in that sort of same area, isn't it?
I mean, fucking hell, yeah. I mean, that's like...
But yeah,
levels
like,
lower.
That, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so definitely. Right, so I love the Lifelines thing. One, because my brother was, and his daughter is type 1. Although they didn't know until one day they couldn't wake her up, and it was like, have you had her tested? She's 14 now.
Hypo.
And it's literally, it was a hypo,
Mad,
and then
I didn't even know any of that.
No. But now she's brilliant. She travels the world. She does her whole thing. She's reading law now. Like what? But my brother was very intelligent. He never went to uni, but very intelligent. So that's massively something that I can get on board with, and I have a lot of affinity with and time for. So fair play.
Thank you.
And if you can stop people losing their toes, like my mum did.
Yeah. So the whole thing about the diabetes safety kit is literally to draw some attention to hypos. So 1 in 12 of the working population are diabetic. 1 in 3 over 55 high logistics drivers are diabetic. 1 in 6 of all logistics drivers are diabetic. This essentially has got 3 glucose shots. So if someone in the workplace with the removal of sugar everywhere, if someone's having a hypo, little 60 ml, 15 milligram glucose concentrated shot in 2 flavors. What's a hypo? Don't worry about this. $35.99. Your workplace should have them.
Yeah.
Basically, level 1 certified training for everyone there. Tells you what a hypo is, what a glycemic, helps you understand a little bit more diabetes around the glycemic code. And then just how to use this, really. From someone that had no idea to now being quite passionate about it, and just the size of the problem is insane. They've been really useful. Heathrow have bought them, Kia Construction. I think it's all about 1,800 so far.
More and more people becoming type 2, isn't there?
Yeah, it should be in every workplace.
And it's a silent killer,
Yeah.
and hypos can strike, and once they strike, you're really on borrowed time, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know they look
quickly.
a little bit drunk, and if you leave them, people pass away. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Never knew this. So that's why we've done it. I think it's a really interesting cause. If we can start to reverse that in this way, I think the GLPs are great. The state of the
peptides.
Yeah, well, all the fat jabs call them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which are peptides.
Love it. Yeah. Very quick fire round for the last sort of 60 seconds.
Go.
So I'm going to say military or business.
Business.
Why? In one sentence.
More rewarding.
Okay. Best leadership lesson.
Lead by example.
Okay. Biggest failure.
Biggest failure. Not getting back on the horse quick enough when I lost the business is worth over 10 million quid.
But you got back on.
Yeah, I
That's
should have
the main
gone
point.
quicker.
Yeah. Biggest success.
Scaling a business and be part of a business that was worth 9.3 million pre-raise, while as commercial director of Monster Energy in secret.
All right. No, that's good. I like that. Favourite book.
Don't read.
Wow.
Fucking can't stand
Not
it.
at all.
No, I think it's funny when everyone quotes all these
Amazing.
books to me. I'm like,
Most influential person.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, I like that answer. You have a lot of time for him. He's a very smart man. Okay, final message then. So what would you like someone listening today to hear if they are leaving the military, starting a business, or, for me, more importantly, if they're just struggling with their mental health? What message would you give to them?
It shall pass.
This too shall pass. I like
Yeah, this too shall pass. I heard Tom Hanks talk about this when he's talking about, I'm having a great day. That too shall pass.
Yeah.
It's fucking having a shit day. That too shall pass. Or I just think that too shall pass. It's got a lot of meaning. It gives you hope, I think, regardless, or gives you perspective on it won't last.
Yeah, I like that.
Nothing's forever.
Nothing's forever. Yeah, nothing's in perpetuity, is it? It's been first of all, it's been an honour to have you as a first guest. It's been really nice to be back here because I like the setup here. Although my injured ass isn't doing too well after sitting for too long, but we're all right. We'll get a couch at some point, I'm sure. I'll bring me
There's
some
one upstairs.
Yeah. But I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your insight and your answers and your knowledge and your storytelling. It's been really, for me, it's been genuinely interesting. Some of it I already knew, but one thing that always surprises me about you is, because you don't look like an entrepreneur, you don't look like a CEO, no offence. You just look like Dave, the dude that's kind of got his headphones in, walking back from the gym. And you don't even necessarily look like a big roid-head either. But when you delve deeper, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. And every time I meet you or see you or talk to you, I learn something new that I didn't know before. And I think that's great. So I'm going to now call you Ginger Dave the Onion Man, because you're full of layers.
Mate, I like that. Thank you. Big love.
And yeah, I brought the coffee in, but I don't know where it's gone now. Is the coffee there, Tom?
Hidden behind there.
Oh, it's hidden. I brought some coffee in. It's every time I go somewhere, or every time I do something, can I stand? I can stand up, can't I?
Yeah, you can. I've
Right.
got to go.
I'm just gonna hand it to you. I'm just gonna hand it to you. 1 second.
Good. You got it.
I'm back. So when I was struggling in between all my operations, I was working at Leicester Royal Infirmary.
Yeah.
I'd come off the ambulances because my hip was gubbed and my groin was gubbed and it's still gubbed. I would fall asleep on my breaks. I would nod off and they would hear me snoring because there was gaps at the roof, right? I found Skull Crusher to be amazing coffee, and this in particular, Nootropic, it's a cognitive enhancer. If the Skull Crusher guys are watching, love it. Love this product in particular. They also do a CBD version as well, which I've also got in my fridge, but you're not having that.
No.
I like it. But that is my thank you for being my guest today.
Oh, mate, thank you.
I think they're about £30 a bag. It's great and it lasts ages.
Mate, thank you.
If you like good coffee and you like smooth coffee, because it's super smooth,
Mate.
give it a go. And thanks again.
Mate,
Cheers.
thank you. Been
Man,
an
tell
absolute
health.
pleasure.